One of the easiest ways to be articulate at work is to practice note-taking, especially note-taking with frameworks. In consulting, one of the quick and dirty way of checking if someone is thinking with structure and speaking with structure is to look at their work notes. What are they including? What are they excluding? What are the things that they're circling, underlining? What is the structure of their notes? Because that directly reflects what is their thought process. So today I am sharing with you my framework infused note-taking template so that you can also shine in your work meeting, improve your communication, and be able to speak and think with structure thanks to frameworks. All right, let me show you on my computer. Here is my framework infused note-taking template. Before I show you the example, let me show you the template itself. I have 3 sections in my meeting notes always, other than the meeting date, title, and attendees. Number 1 is always pre-meeting prep. Before I go into the meeting, I want to know what's the goal of the meeting, what are the milestones, what are my questions that I want to get some answers for, and any resources we'll be mentioning, like documents or links to things that could help the discussion. Okay. The second part is the during meeting notes. So here is where I keep track of the on-topic ideas, the off-topic ideas, any action items associated with each, as well as their due dates. Once I have that and the meeting is over, then post-meeting we have follow-ups, right? We might have a next meeting that's coming up. We might have follow-up questions that weren't answered during the meeting or came up as we were doing more things. Then other people's action items as well as my own. In this way, we can really keep track of what's going on where. So this is, in a nutshell, what the template looks like. You can download the template below, but before you go, let me show you with an example. Okay, so this is one of the examples from my call with my Stanford coach on design thinking. And for the pre-meeting prep, for me, the goal was have 3 techniques to help my students build confidence when they're trying something new and worried about doing things right. That's something I see a lot. Whenever we're trying something new, like learning new frameworks, everyone's worried. What if I use it wrong? Right, so how can I help build confidence for that? Then milestones, just so everyone's aware, how much of a rush we're in to do these different things. I've put in the milestones for reference, so everyone knows, in June, that's where the course is being built, it's being launched. So we have to work towards those milestones. Then I had specific questions I wanted to remind myself, at least to get some answers for. So for me, I put down 3 questions, things like, how do you remove the right and wrong mindset when doing exercises? And then resources that I want to refer to in the meeting. So already I've put the links in there so I don't forget. And it's easier for other people to check it out if they want to do it before the meeting starts. So this I do before the meeting. And what I like to do for work meetings is just to either copy and paste this into the calendar invite, or I actually share this entire document with whoever is in the meeting so that they can come in, they can immediately click links, they can add comments and ask me any questions if they like. So that's the first part. There are a couple of frameworks already embedded in here. I'm not going to go into depth in them in this video because it would just be too much information, but I do cover it in my course 5-minute communication framework. So if you want the details of the frameworks and why it's built this way, check out the link below. But just know, this is already guiding what you need to put into your pre-meeting prep. So don't worry too much about that. Then let's go to the second thing, which is during the meeting. What happened was, as we were discussing different topics, I wrote down quick notes on the on-topic ideas and started fleshing out what I need to do in terms of action items. This is already cleaned up, so when I'm just taking notes, it doesn't look like this, but I do come back to the notes after the meeting is over to fill out my chicken scratch and add due dates and things like that. But it's just a reminder for myself to know in the meeting what I am looking for is, number 1, what's on topic. And of course, because we have the goal of the meeting predefined, it's easier for me to discern, okay, what's on topic and take down the ideas that are most relevant. Then also I've got a parking sign here, which reminds me, If we do discuss things that are off topic, I still want to be able to capture them and figure out, whether maybe we want to schedule a follow-up discussion on things like this so that we don't lose everything in the meeting, but we do prioritize in our mind what's on topic and what's off topic, what's more important and what's less important. For those who are curious about the frameworks, right, you probably spot the parking lot method here. You see how this is very much the action-driven summarizer that I also talk about in the course. But the idea is once you start to take notes like this, it's easier for you to summarize for everyone towards the end of the meeting, what are the things that are important, what are the action items that come from them, and what are the things that are a bit off topic and what should we do about them. Okay, then in the third part, our post-meeting follow-up. Here, I also have 3 categories. Number 1 is next meeting, if we are having a next meeting, so that everyone knows approximately how long they have until we meet again, how much time they have to get some things done. Then the second part is follow-up questions. So as I told you before, I am cleaning up my during meeting notes. I am referring back to my pre-meeting prep and seeing my questions and putting in the answers I have for each of my questions. So when I realize, okay, some of the questions weren't answered, I would directly put them into the follow-up questions. As well, if as I'm thinking through the action items, maybe I realize, oh, actually we need more information, I would also put them in the follow-up questions. Then for action items, here I split it. I split it into other people's to-do and my to-do so that everyone can see who needs to do what. So if you're having a client meeting, for example, I would do clients to-do versus my to-do. And so this way it's a lot easier for people to see. Now, one thing I want to show you is in Google, if you do use this template, what you can see is you can hover next to the to-do tick boxes, and you can do assign as task. So you can assign yourself for this, you can add a date if you like. This way it will get directly populated into your calendar. And if your whole team or your clients also use Google, you can assign them as well and they will get a notification for that as well. So this is quite handy. All right, and what I do again is in an email, I either copy and paste all of this, or usually I like to share this document directly with the participants in my meetings so that they can come in and answer directly any of the questions I have. They can check off things that they've already done. And my favorite part about this template is because it is framework infused, it helps me simplify, prioritize, and structure my thoughts. Right? Before the meeting, already I know exactly what the other person wants to know, goal, milestone, any questions and resources we have. Then during the meeting, I know what's on topic, what's off topic, what are the things we need to do next, by when. And post meeting, I know exactly what else do we need to know, who is doing what, when are we reconvening again. Everything's so clear in my head. I don't have to worry if I've missed anything. So that's the power of frameworks. If you want to learn more about the frameworks I'm using specifically in this template, as well as getting more templates for communicating clearly at work, then join my course, the 5-Minute Communication Framework. And otherwise, download the template, start to shine in your work meetings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.